Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Mekakadosh. Double honors to the listening parts of Great Millstone. And enough respect to the brothers that are out there pushing us within the truth, which is the gospel of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai to the four corners of the world. Now, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, we are here once again. This happens to be the day of heavy witchcraft and idolatry. Okay, and as you see, I can turn the camera around, but ain't nobody out here because everybody's inside, idol worshiping. Everybody's inside, tapping into that Christmas witchcraft. That's why the title of this video is that, the world has stopped being afraid of the Most High. The world has stopped being afraid of the Lord, man. The Most High keeps giving them chances for it. You Israelites, man. You Israelites are just like, you 2/3 are unsalvageable. You 2/3 are just, like, there ain't nothing left for you. You just gotta die and that's last destruction. You just gotta get caught up in it. Here it is. We at the end of we at the end of times. The thing, right? The MOT the MOTB is already here. It's literally here. The technology exists. It's easy for you to just pretty much go up and get it. And that is the most important prophecies, one of the most important prophecies in the Bible. As I speak right now, there's actually an article that just came out. I'm really sorry that I cannot bring it out right now, but there's an article that came out where the Russians are saying that they are ready. They are prepped for nuclear warfare. They are literally ready for it. World War III is in place. We can all witness it. Okay, the nations are geared up. War is in the air. Okay, you hear of war everywhere you go. Showing us that we're in the last days. But what is Jake doing, man? The 25th, straight up. They go right into their rooms. They light up the lights, the trees. They fasten the scripture tells them, I'm gonna bring it out. They take pleasure in the fucking fat ass Santa Claus, which is no more than Saturn, man. It's Israel. The world has stopped being afraid of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, man. You got people out here calling off work. They like they're in there, man. Some people that their workplace is open, but they ain't even trying to get overtime. And his ass know that he needs money. The day of the Lord, which is the Sabbath day, he won't even do that. He won't even do that for the day of the Lord, man. For Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, they will not do it. But when it's a day of witchcraft and sorceries and foolishness and folliness, they always got time for it. They always got resources to spare. You see? And one of the reasons why your life is gonna be hell the day the Most High the day the Most High pours out His wrath is because you do not listen. But one of the things that's gonna make this worse is the fact that the word is literally out here. It's literally in the streets. It's literally all over the internet. But you won't listen. This is Jeremiah chapter 6. This is Jeremiah chapter 6, starting from verse 8. It says, Be thou instructed, O Jerusalem, lest my soul depart from thee, lest I make thee desolate, a land not inhabited. Okay? And this is coming for what's coming. This is what's coming for you Jakes out here. You Israelites who will not hearken, who will listen to the word of the Lord. The Most High, the supreme being, is actually speaking to you right now. He's extending mercies upon you. Every day that you live is as mercy that's being extended upon you. But you spit on that. You think you have power of the Most High? You think you don't need the Most High? You think hey, man, you think the Most High, like the scripture says, man, you don't do righteousness for the Most High's sake. You do righteousness for your own sake. You are the one who would die who don't listen to the Most High. The famine, you get caught up in it if you don't listen to the Most High. So verse 6 said, Be thou instructed, O Jerusalem, lest my soul depart from thee, lest I make thee desolate, a land not inhabited. And the way the Israelites are acting right now, it seems as that's what's going to happen. You know, it seems like the Most High soul will depart from them because they don't listen, because they're hard-headed. Nothing can get through their thick skull. It says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall thoroughly glean the remnant of Israel as a vine. Turn back thine hand as a grape gatherer into the basket. To whom shall I speak and give warning that they may hear? Behold, their ear is uncircumcised, and they cannot hearken. Behold, the word of the Lord is unto them a reproach. They have no delight in it." And that is Israel all day. They have no delight in it. They ain't trying to hear that Christmas ain't mentioned in the scriptures. They ain't trying to hear that the Christmas it's not the the day that Yahushua was born. They ain't trying to hear that it's a pagan holiday. They ain't trying to hear none of that. You know, you bring out the fact that Christmas ain't part of the holy days of the Bible. You bring out the fact that everything about Christmas is false. They tell you, well, we just do it because it's fun. But they don't even, and then you tell them that it's not even just about fun, it's actually witchcraft, they still don't want to hear it, you know? So their ears are uncircumcised, man, and they cannot hearken. So it says, "Behold, the word of the Lord is unto them a reproach. They have no delight in it. Therefore, I am full of you," right? Because Jake, whenever you bring out the word of the Lord, whenever you bring out the scriptures, Jake always feel as though uh, uh, um, you hate them. You know, they take no delight in it. Jake will talk about everything under the sun. And I noticed in high school, me and the brother, when we were in it, you know, they always want to talk about folly shit. Because before we were in the truth, you know, guys, you be talking, we talk about some, certain things to the world, and it's funny, and it's laughing, it's entertaining, and Jake, that is what Jake loved. When we came to the truth, you try bringing in the scriptures, they like, oh man, you started with that shit. No, you started with that shit again. You know, they act like bringing out the scriptures means war. They act like you hate them. You know, they feel uncomfortable with the scriptures. They don't want to hear anything about it. The word of the Most High is repulsive to them. They flee from it as a bad stench, man. They don't want to hear nothing. They don't want to hear anything about the scriptures. You pull up and they feel as if you're bringing out the scriptures, and they ain't trying to hear it. Either you leave or they leave from you. That's how Jake is. I know this from experience, and you brothers know this from experience. They take no delight in the word, man. They hate the word of the Most High, and it's all because they stopped being afraid. By the time it's coming when that's no longer gonna be in effect, man. Yo, it's funny, man. Jake won't even do this on the Sabbath day. You tell Jake, the Sabbath, the day of the Lord, stand and make it holy. That Jake don't want to hear none of that, man. Jake don't care. And you know what's funny? This actually the Sabbath, and they are worshiping other gods on the day of the Lord. They've given all the attention to other gods, man. Shalom, Elder. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Shah Brakatha. Good to hear from you. All right. Shalom, Ben Jake. Shalom, the water for the precept. Yahweh Shema Shah Brakatha. This Isaiah chapter 3, starting from verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Lord. All right. And that's Jake all day, man. Jake don't want nothing to do with the scriptures. Jake just want to be Americanized. Jake just wants to be sophisticated, a modern man, a man who is above superstition. That's what they call the scriptures. The existence of the Most High, they term it as superstition. That's Jake, man. It's the day of the Lord, and they have a fucking idol in the middle of their living room, and they're all huddling around it, man. The day of the Lord. Jake always want to brag about how wise they are and how they and how an animal would never catch them in the middle of the woods. You know, Jake always want to go against the Edomites. You know about how Edomites are stupid for swimming with sharks and getting eaten. So they deem themselves as wise enough to not put themselves in danger. But they have gone above beyond that, man. They put them in danger of. Hey man, they have made themselves enemies of Yahweh Bashim Shai, and that is the most dangerous thing a man can ever do. Let's continue on that. Um, so it says, Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 11 says, therefore I am full of fury of the Lord. I am weary with holding in. I will pour it out upon the children abroad and upon the assembly of young men together. For even the husband with the wife shall be taken, the age with him that is full of days. That's right. So nobody's gonna be saved from the wrath of the Most High, because the old, the young, the husband, the wife, everybody has stopped being afraid of the Most High. Everybody thinks that they are better than the Most High. Everybody think that the scriptures is void and null, that they don't need it. There's something better out there. Jake always think there's something better out there than the Most High. Jake always think that there's something better than righteousness. That's why he knows everything there is to know about wickedness, man. Jake know how to rob a motherfucker. Jake know how to scam, man. But but the ways of righteousness, they don't delight in it. You may show them the righteous path, but they don't delight in it. Why? Because the righteous path, they say it's for suckers. Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 16, it says, therefore, pray not thou for this people, neither lift up cry, neither lift up cry, nor pray for them, neither make intercession for me, I will not hear. That's right, man. The Most High. So when you read the New Testament, or you read Second Ezra, and the Most High says, let those perish that were born in vain. Or when you read the New Testament, and it tells you about how people, were blinded. The rest of Israel were blinded. It's very, very clear to us why the Most High does not want to save these people. They are wicked. These people are wicked, man. And what makes it worse is that they are poor and they are sick, and they reject the things that will make them whole and the things that will make them rich. Jake thinks that they have everything in the world. They think they have everything figured out. It's the day of the Lord. I just can't finish processing this. It's the day of the Lord, and they are bold enough. Proverbs 22, verse 3, it says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. That's right. They are simple-minded, man. It says, therefore I am full of the fear of the Lord, and their houses shall be turned unto others, with their field and wives together, for I will stretch out my hand upon the inhabitants of the land, thus saith the Lord. Right. It says, from the least of them, even unto the greatest of them, everyone is given to covetousness. Right? And from the prophet, even unto the priest, everyone dealeth falsely. That's right. Those in the churches that claim to be for the scriptures, what do? Are they not partaking in this evil festivals? Are they not part of this wickedness? Though they that claim to be the leaders of our people, they are gone after the evil ways, the ways of Baal, man. They're doing the same wickedness of the world. The day, look, man. If you you think of it, you think of seeing the world from the perspective of Yahweh Bashim Shai. There ain't no difference between the churches and the world right now. You know, if you had the power to go up and look at the lives of every man upon the world, you will not see a difference between Israel and the heathen. from the churches and from the world, you won't see any different. They're all the same. They are all in one accord in this very day. And should the wrath of the Most High come upon the earth right now, who among these churches can claim to be righteous this very moment? Who can excuse himself from the destruction that's coming? I don't know. I'm not saying that we can choose whether I'm not saying that we are above the destruction of the Most High, but I hope you brothers are trying to get what I'm trying to say. You know, should the Most High come down to jack these people off for idolatry, these churches, they can't excuse themselves from that because they know that they partake of it, and they know it's not the day of the. They know that it's not the day of the Lord. They know that it's not the birth of Yahushua. They know this. I've been to many churches, man. I used to play the keyboard for them, and I used to go to like 4 churches in one day, and they all know, man. They all know. But then they'll tell the congregation, oh, we know it's not the day. This is not in the Bible. We know that it's not a holy day in the Bible. We know that this isn't the birth of Yahushua, but we do it anyway because the world does it, and we need to do something to keep ourselves occupied. That is precisely what they tell their congregation. And then you have the congregation, these sheeple in there, listening and nodding. They're listening and nodding themselves and agreeing unto destruction, walking with them. Shalom, Fisherton Hunter 4, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabrakatha. The 2/3 are unsalvageable, man. So it says, from the least of them, even unto the greatest of them, everyone is given to covetousness, and from the prophet, even unto the priest, everyone dealeth falsely. Verse 14, they have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people, slightly saying, peace, peace, when there is no peace. That's right. Yeah, Israel right now is supposed to be in fear. We're supposed to walk in fear, man. We're supposed to be we're always supposed to be mindful of the power of the Yahweh Shema Shai. We're supposed to have a complete understanding of the many ways the Most High can kill us. We're supposed to be mindful of our sins and how the Most High is within his right to kill us off. And that knowing that through the fear, we will act righteously and be closer to Yahweh Shema Shai. We're supposed to be mindful of all these things. We're supposed to be walking in fear. But these prophets, what? They pacify the people by saying peace, peace, when there is no peace. Peace is not determined by them. Peace is not. Peace does not. What you call it? Peace is not in effect by their word. You know, they don't have the power to enforce peace, but yet they say it as though that they have their power to. When the Most High, who has all the power, says there is no peace, there is only destruction that's coming. These men, these rulers, these leaders of Israel, they say otherwise. They contradict the Most High. This is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 5. It says, they are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must need be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them. They cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. You know? Hey, Jake. It's ridiculous, man. How did the world get to this point, man? What happened that nobody is afraid of the Most High? So it says, they say peace, peace, when there is no peace. Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? No, that's not. They weren't ashamed. They're in there right now committing abomination, but they're not ashamed. They're happy. They post it on Instagram. They do it in the churches. They declare it whenever you go. Oh, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. You know, have a Merry Christmas. You go to work, it's there. They ain't ashamed. You bring out the scriptures, they will laugh. They will laugh at the scriptures, and they won't be ashamed of it. You know, they slander the scriptures, and then they're not ashamed of it. They slander the word of the Most High, and they are not ashamed of it. Abominations, man. The only thing you have to the only thing you need to consider to understand this precept is just look at the rainbow community, man. It's full of jakes. It began as a coalition of Edomite men, but now it's all jakes, man. It says, were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not all ashamed, neither could they blush. Right? Therefore, they shall fall among them that fall. At the time that I visit them, they shall be cast down. They shall be cast down. Thus says the Lord. That's right. So they are partaking in this evil wickedness. They will become. They are counted among them that shall fall in the last days. That shall die in the last days. They are on the Most High's hit list. And the death angels, they will not spare, man. They won't spare. They will kill with pleasure. All right. It says also, I have set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said we will not hearken. That's right. You know, the watchmen. You have the men of the Lord. All over the internet, out there in the highways and the byways, and everywhere you can possibly think of the urban areas, the suburbs, the cities, the parks. You know, everywhere you can possibly think of, the men of the Lord are out there on all over the web. They're out there. You know, and they're saying, hearken unto the word of the Lord, man. They're saying that the day of the Lord is at hand. You ought to repent. They're saying that, yeah, this is the only time that this moment, you should use this moment, this merciful period, to reconcile unto the Most High. But people won't listen. You tell people that the Most High is very, very angry, man, and his anger is not gonna be withheld for much longer. A day is coming when he's gonna release it upon this world. A day is coming when the angels that hold the angels upon the four corners of the world that hold back the destruction, they won't do it. There's gonna be a time when they will let go, and you'll be caught up in that destruction. But Jake, do not listen. These words are being spoken to them time and time again, day and night, but they don't listen. Um, It says, therefore hear, ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it. To what purpose cometh there to me incense from Sheba, and the sweet cane, and the sweet cane from a far country? Ye burnt offerings, your burnt offerings are not acceptable, nor your sacrifices sweet unto me. So Jake has reached a point, a threshold to the point where they cannot come back. Their minds are gone, man. Jake have no interest whatsoever in righteousness, and they take half measures, half step. They take half-ass measures when they are pleading to the Most High, when they are begging for the Most High, to relieve them of the affliction that they're in right now. They go out and do all the wickedness that they can, but then they go out and they show no respect for the Most High. They come out and they do some stupid ass unsincere apology to the Most High, and then they expect the Most High to forget all their wickedness. They seek to erase their wickedness with more iniquity, man, with more wickedness. Verse 26 says, O daughter of my people, gird thee with sackcloth, and wallet thyself in ashes, make thee mourning, as for an holy son, most bitter, as for an only son, most bitter lamentation. For the spoiler shall come suddenly upon us. That's right. You know, everybody shall lose, man. All right. See if I can bring it out. This Isaiah chapter 13, verse 15, it says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. That's right. Their children shall also be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives shall ravage. That's right. The Most High is very, very thorough about the things that He's about to do to Israel, and then those things are very, very terrible. Last week, I tried to the best of my ability to show how, from one judgment, many different things can still come upon our heads. Like from hunger alone, blindness can come from it. Certain deficiency from certain nutrients can cause blindness. How when you're hungry, you can't even heal. How when you're hungry and when you get sick, it's over for your ass. How when you're hungry, certain places in your body start swelling. You're afflicted from many different things, from hunger alone, from famine alone. And it's like a lot of people don't consider the many ways, like I said, that the Most High can kill them off. They feel immortal, but our bodies is extremely weak and feeble, man. Especially in these times, especially when the earth is so defiled that it can't even bring forth good fruit that we may be nourished properly. That's why a 20-year-old look like a 14-year-old, and that's why a 30-year-old look like a 60-year-old. Everything is out of balance. We can't grow right. Nobody can honestly say that they're in the prime of their life because we're jacked up in all places. You can spend years in the gym, spend 1 month without going to the gym, and you lose all your gains, man. Come on, man. They're rather trust in this devil. That's right. You know, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3 says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and the man of sin shall be revealed, and the son of perdition. That's right. And the falling away is what we're witnessing right now, man. They brought this upon themselves. How do I put it? The end of a man is always death when he does not fear the Most High. There ain't nothing better for a man who does not respect Yahweh Shemi Shai. It is always death. Because life is found in Yahweh Shemi Shai. Life is found in Yahweh Shai, and life is found in Yahweh, man. Wisdom and happiness and joy, it is all given to man by Yahweh Shemi Shai. If you neglect Yahweh Shemi Shai, if you negate them from your life, you negate everything good in your life. And there's nothing left for these 2/3 than death, man, and pain and woes and just sorrows, man. That's the only thing left for these people. Just straight up hell. Because they stopped being afraid of Yahweh Shim Shai. Because they stopped respecting Yahweh Shim Shai. They stopped being afraid of Yahweh Shim Shai. But I'm thankful. We are grateful for Yahweh Shim Shai that we look, man. You always gotta be thankful of Yahweh Shim Shai for this truth, man. Because what these men are up to right now, we ought to be very thankful of the truth. Because while we are here seeking the love of Yahweh Shim Shai, making peace with Yahweh Shim Shai, they are heaping destruction upon their head. And the only reason that we are not part of that multitude is because the Most High chose to have mercy upon us and chose to bring out His word that we may understand it. He made our ears circumcised, and He made us. He gave us the spirit of delight in His word. It is a gift, for a man to take delight in Yahweh Shim Shai. Yeah, it is a gift that the Most High has given us, and we are thankful that the Yahweh Shim Shai deemed us worthy, man. We are thankful that Yahweh Shim Shai took us from the customs of this world. Isaiah chapter 3 verse 9 says, the show of their countenance does witness against them, and they declare their sins of Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have what? For they have renewed evil unto themselves. That's right. They are not ashamed, man, of their wickedness. The woman ain't ashamed to walk around with her ass out, her titties out. She ain't afraid to go out into the street like a clamorous gargoyle, just shooting off her mouth. Just always talking, always picking fights, always on Instagram, talking and shaking her ass, man. And the men are faggots. And they're not ashamed of themselves. Because what, in this world that we live in, a man has permission to do whatever it is that his heart pleases. This place got to be destroyed, man. This place has got to be destroyed. There is nothing left for this place. There is no goodness left for this place. Nobody can honestly stand before God and plead for this place. Nobody can honestly stand before God and explain to him why he should not destroy this place. You cannot. You can't even begin to do it. Yeah, what Moses did on Mount Sinai when he pleaded for Israel, nobody can do that now. Nobody can pray on behalf of Israel. I mean, the 2/3 side. Let me be more specific on that. You cannot convince the Most High to show mercy on the 2/3. You just can't, because they're so far gone. Like the precept just said that they hew upon himself what? Evil. You have one wickedness to pay for, but then they wake up the next morning, instead of atoning for their wickedness, they all go and add another wickedness onto it. It's like always taking debt, man. Always going to the bank, and it's always, every day you wake up, you borrow money, but you have no intentions whatsoever of paying it off. What ultimately happens? Everything that you've bought with that money that you borrowed will be stripped from you. You shall be desolate, man. It's starting to pour down over here. Psalm 26 verse 5 says, I have hated the congregation, what, of evildoers, and I will not sit with the wicked. That's right. So the level of hate that the Most High is on, man, nobody can pacify him, man. And that's actually one of the reasons why we should be glad that we have a chance to That's why also that we have a chance because of the blood of Yahweh Shai. Yeah, the level of the anger that the Most High has, man. You need Yahweh Shai, and we are thankful for the blood of Yahweh Shai that we can even begin to pursue righteousness. That the Most High can reconsider. That the Most High can withhold the judgment that we so rightly deserve, man. Yeah, we deserve to be to die out, to be what to be judged over and over and over and die out. But Yahweh Shai has been merciful to us, and He had died, and that we have a chance to reconcile ourselves to the Most High. But the funny thing about it is that because Yahweh Shai died, and you still do wickedness, what the judgment shall be double upon your own head. Because now there is a chance for you to pursue righteousness, and you're actually actively not doing it. It's different for Jake to not understand the word. Jake understands the word. Jake rejects the word. So it says, I have hated the congregation of evildoers, and I will not sit with the wicked. And Jake, these 2/3 are just like a congregation of wickedness. You want to be famous, you want to be famous, you want Jake to respect you, you just gotta be an evil person. You have to know how to steal. You have to know how to end a motherfucker's life right there. You have to know how to pull out the Glock and end somebody's life. Only then will Jake respect you. You have to be a man of many, or you have to be a ladies' man to a point where you can go to another man, have sex with his woman, and then boom, Jake respects you. Or he get bitches, man. Or he a real nigga. That's the only way Jake respects you. Jake respects you when you cannot forgive. Jake only respects you when the littlest. I'm telling you, there are certain things that ain't even worthy of what reaction. But Jake only respects you when you overreact. Jake respects you when somebody steps in your sneakers and you stab someone. That's only when Jake. I mean, there's so many examples of wickedness, of irrational natures that you have to be in, and only then will Jake respect you. It's madness. So it has become a congregation of wicked men, man, and wicked women and wicked children. The children are wicked as well because they take after the people that raised them. And so the cycle keeps going on over and over again, and it's just become a congregation of dead men, man, of congregation of dead men, a congregation of what? Hey, man, they have no idea that they are literally there are specific angels out there who have a bunch of names, man, and all they do is just keep watching. Okay, okay, oh man, I can't just. They have the swords ready, man. They know exactly where you live. They know where you go. They know what you like. They know what you hate, what you're afraid of, because they are created just for your wicked ass, man. And they just can't wait for the Most High to give them the go ahead. And man, will they do a number on your ass? There's some nothing but simps and beta males. That's right. You know, they ain't no men anymore. Jeremiah chapter 10, starting from verse 1, says, Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. You know, oh shit, it's starting to pour out right now. Try to bring out a few precepts. Damn, my device is out. I'm about to. Alright. Alright. Just trying to get into Hebrews. Um, right, this is Hebrews chapter 2, start from verse 1. Should I at least. All right, Hebrews chapter 2, start from verse 1. It says, therefore, we ought to give the most earnest heed to the things which we have heard, lest at any time we should let them slip. That's right. And so while the world is in the middle of their wicked deeds and your witchcraft, we ought to give heed to the word of the Lord. And what have we heard from the word of the Lord? And that we should always pursue righteousness, we should always fear Yahweh Shai. We should take his word and put it in our heart, man. And that is what we should keep doing, man. The world is pursuing wicked things, but we ought to also do what we have been told to do, you know, because we may not slip. Because man, when you slip, it's over for you, man. Once you're in this truth and you slip, you get worse than what these wicked Israelites are up to right now. Continue, it says, for if the word spoken by angels was steadfast, and every transgression and disobedience received a just recompense of reward, how shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation? And when you go to the previous chapter, we'll speak of how Yahweh was exalted, and how we should not take lightly the salvation that we have through the blood of Yahweh. You know, and it's true. It is something that we should keep meditating on, what the blood of Yahweh has done for us, man. Man, it's a lot in my head. All right, this is Revelation 3, starting from 15 and 16. It says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would that thou were cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. That's right. You know? So you know, we are to be completely opposite of this world. We're not supposed to half step. We're not supposed to have one foot in and one foot out. You know, we're supposed to be completely on the side of Yahweh Shai. You know, the hell with this fucking Christmas shit. Fuck that shit, man. All right. You know, it's kind of pouring down over here. This Isaiah 31, starting from verse 2. It says, um, yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his word, but will arise against the house of evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. That's right. You know, because it says that the Most High is wise on his throne, and that we should what? We should, as a matter of fact, let me see if I can get it right now. Um, oh, oh, oh. Oh, right. So like it's in Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 8. It says, there is one wise and greatly to be feared, the Lord sitting upon his throne. That's right. You know, and fear, it's real, man. So look, I think I gotta end it right here. It's kind of pouring down my devices. So you know, um, I want to say shalom to all the brothers that are watching. Yahweh, blessing the shop May the blessing of Yahweh shall be upon the houses, man. May we be part of the tabernacle of David. May the blessing of election be upon our houses. May we never be subject onto these wicked witchcraft men. I mean, we never be counted among the congregation of the wicked men. You know. So until the next one, I hope us were edified. I hope the word went out. Until the next time, shalom.